Hey, what's going on? It's Wanga again, and I just wanted to talk about something I stumbled upon a little while back. The ThroAwayLien Reddit story. I just want to say, firstly, I am a believer in like the paranormal, and especially in extraterrestrial beings and how they could very well be visiting us right now. I like the strange stories about how, like, after the first nuclear warhead was tested, the world was swept off its feet with countless sightings of flying saucers, or like how President Eisenhower supposedly had a meeting with the aliens for to make a deal with their for their technology and stuff. I'll even entertain John Lear's thoughts about the alien structures and the mining operations on the moon. I don't go as far as the breathable atmosphere on the moon. I don't go that far. I can't get that deep. But I just really like those wacky, just out of the box, imaginative, just crazy stories that people come out and claim are real. But I'm definitely going to be looking at this story in more of a, well, let's just say I'm not going to believe this solely because I want to believe in that kind of sense. With that being said, I'm taking us back to November 19th, 2013, when a throwaway account on Reddit by the name of ThroAwaylien made a comment on a Ask Reddit post that was asking alien abductees of Reddit and people who have claimed to see a UFO, what is your story? The anonymous user stated,
Throwaway account because I'm afraid. I was first abducted in 1987. I was 12 years old. I say abducted, but it's not like that. Actually, you go willingly. It's scary, but it's exciting too. And they are somehow able to make you feel okay about things. It's not until later that you feel bad or like you've been violated. And they don't do a lot of probing like raping or anything like that. That's Hollywood nonsense. They look inside of people sometimes, but they have machines that do that. Not really machines, but it's like a room where things get done and the walls are... It's hard to explain. So just imagine that all the walls are kind of like x-ray machines. That's the easiest way to describe it. Sometimes there would be others there, and they would be looking into them, or they'd put them under or cut them open. But not usually. They take tissue samples from all of us, I think, and they never put you under or give you anesthetic or anything. They just poke you with like those things they take samples of the ocean floor like that, but really small. They pull out chunks of you. It's usually done on the butt or on the lower back. Mostly they talked with me. Just questions, and they'd show me things like television shows and things, and they asked me questions about them. I think the walls measured our reaction to things too, same as they take x-rays. I don't know that, but it's the feeling that I got. They never let you ask questions about what they're doing. Even once I got friendly with a few of them, they just do not like it when you ask them questions. They hate it. You can't understand their language. It just sounds like, I'm positive that we'll never be able to communicate with them in their language. I should mention that these are the grays that you hear about, except they aren't gray. They're sort of beige, and it's clothes anyway. They aren't naked. I don't know if there are others. People say there are, but I've only ever met with these. Anyway, you can't understand them, but they can understand you. And they can put thoughts into your head, but they can't hear your thoughts, so you have to speak to them. They cannot hear very well, or else they're not good at understanding English, so you have to speak loudly and slowly. I don't know if they can understand other languages, but I'm pretty sure they would. They are interested in all of us and everything that goes on. They like a lot of things about our culture, too. They like some of our music. Bluegrass is their favorite so far as I've seen. They like it a lot. They love that African instrument that looks like a gourd with 13 strings. Love it. But they cannot stand horns or horn music, so they hate classical music and jazz. I think trumpets sort of sound like their language. It's a feeling that I get, but I've never been able to ask them. They've taken me up just about every 2 years, I'd say, since 1987. Just about. Sometimes it's more often, and I didn't go up at all between 1995 and 2000. They usually keep me for what feels like a day, but it turns out to be about 4 hours, usually. The longest I stayed with them was 3 weeks. During that time, they made me make phone calls and keep up appearances. They aren't really bad, well, I was going to say people, but they're not really bad people or whatever. The two that I got sort of close with told me to call them Jack and Gina. I don't know if they are male or female or even if they have different sexes, but I know that those aren't their real names. Those are just names that they told me. They will make contact with Earth on a wide scale in 2021. That's the year when they'll land here or colonize or whatever. I'm not exactly sure what their plan is. They don't seem to be evil or dangerous. Their planet is, so they told me anyway, a very long way away. They couldn't explain to me how far. They said because it was too far for me to understand, and it was also close to the side. I have no idea what that meant, but it's always stuck with me. Home is too far away for you to understand, but also close to the side. We don't have anything that they want, so they told me. So I don't really know why they've come here, or why they've taken so many of us up, or why they've gotten to be friends with me. They do not have any religion. They don't need oxygen or water or trees or anything, I don't think. They don't eat people. I don't think they want to breed with us or genetically engineer us. I don't know what they want. But they've been coming here for, I'd guess, at least 10 or 20,000 years. I'm not very good about history and Upper Paleolithic and all that, but they've got video of all sorts of stuff, and they show me video of Neanderthals and Cro-Magnon, which really were just like us humans, except they all had black skin and way less diversity. And all sorts of other human-like things, us's or whatever. And they showed me a video of the pyramids being built in this huge stone building that I guess was lost somewhere or was destroyed, but it was in Europe, I could tell from the video. They have video of them talking with all sorts of people all throughout the history of Earth. They showed me some of them and asked me questions about them, but I couldn't understand any of it because I only speak English, and even English from 200 or 300 years ago is so different that I could hardly understand it. So I told them that they probably know more about it all than I did. I was up 3 weeks ago. That was the last time. I'm pretty sure that I'll go up again in a couple of years, but I'm not sure after that. The whole program, or whatever they call it, is going to change in July 2021. I think they said 8th, but it could have also been 18th. I wasn't hearing very well. They weren't trying to intimidate me or even warn me, so I don't think we have anything to worry about. I hope they don't show the videos they took of me when they first started taking me up because I was so scared and young and they're so embarrassing. Edit. I changed an accidentally racist bit in there that someone pointed out. Changed they were all black to all had black skin, way less diversity. Edit. No more questions. They are not happy with me. Sorry.
And thus, a community is born. At first I thought this was just as interesting as any other crazy, wacky story out there. But it's July of 2021 now, and people on the subreddit are getting a little squirrely. And in a way, they might be just a little bit justified in doing so. With all these military videos of UAPs coming out almost every other day now, and more credible people coming forward and saying things along the lines of seeing weird, unexplicable things in the skies and oceans also, it almost gives this throwaway account user, not truth, but wait. Somebody in 2013 came forward with this story about their abduction experience and how the aliens said to them that they made contact with us in 2021. And then after a crazy pandemic year of 2020 and thinking how, oh man, 2021 can't get much worse than this, we were then bombarded with all these military videos of unidentified flying objects and the story about them getting a little bit deeper and a little bit more crazy. Coincidence? I don't know. Probably. Then we had the release of the US government report on UAPs on June 25th of 2021, which wasn't really spectacular to say the least, but it seems like the "we don't know" answer is a lot better than the cover-up stories that Project Grudge and Project Bluebeam seem to give us. These stories coming out and the coincidences kind of connecting together all makes this like really interesting and fun and like exciting. But I was looking on that ThroAwaylien subreddit and some of these people are like getting really scared. Anybody else genuinely scared? I hope it's not only me. For all this TAA stuff, the alien topic was always just interesting. Then came TAA, undoubtedly one of the worst discoveries of my life. When I first heard, I was a skeptic. Who wouldn't be? Some random person on the internet from 7 years ago saying aliens would colonize and make contact on July 8th or 18th of 2021. The coincidences were on point, though. This year really has been something special for the UFO community as a whole. I'm only 14 years old. I know I shouldn't say my age, but all this is generally scaring me. It has come to a point where it hasn't even been a single day that I have not looked at this subreddit or thought about TA and about all of this. At first I was like, okay, if aliens come, cool, what harm can it do? In the end, we'll just be living life like usual, just with the side of aliens. But now it's not something I really want. I'll be starting my high school years this year. It's really looking forward to it. I looked forward to so many things in my life, and after all of this, I can't get ahead of this 18th of this month. I just have to live a calm, uneventful life for now, and that's all I really want and wish. Don't let it get you down, kid. I've lived through numerous end times. This is just speculation for fun. You've got people warning each other about not taking this so seriously for their sake of their mental health. Taking a break. The date is approaching fast, so it's natural that some of you frequenting the sub may feel anxiety and feel scared. And all I wanted to say is don't worry about this stuff too much. Look, there have always been some world-shattering prediction made out there, and will be more predictions into the future. In my experience, most of the time they will be nothing burger. Nothing burger? What's a nothing burger? I've never heard of that before. Something that is or turns out to be insignificant or lacking in substance. Okay. That's a new thing for me. No matter how much I want to believe, will be a nothing burger. Nothing burger. But that is other thing. I want to say take a break. Don't give your mind stress on what may happen. Focus on the present. Relax. Log off the internet. Go out, get some milk. Talk with family and friends. Play with your pets. The future is uncertain and is forever changing. Oh, let's not worry about the future, but work on the present to make a better future. And most of all, don't take an internet comment seriously. Relax and rejuvenate yourself. We're all in this together. I'm treating this like the Area 51 raid. A meme. I respectfully disagree with one comment you made. This is one post that you should be paying attention to. Remember to do all things in moderation. This includes internet stories. Plot twist. The one comment is milk stuff. There's also a lot of reaching. Alright, so I was just watching Twitch streams and I got an ad for Tomorrow War and an alien invasion movie where we're being massacred and told to fight. I've been watching Twitch every day, and in the early morning of July 1st was the first time this ad ran on the platform. It releases July 2nd. LOL, well, that's pretty descriptive. Predictive programming or just fear porn? LOL, I just came to the subreddit after seeing an ad for it. So this is how it begins. What the... Reddit's so weird. Starring Chris Pratt and streaming on Amazon Prime right now in US. Chris Pratt wants to know your location. Movie is average. Don't keep high expectations. Movie is pretty stinky, overall borders so bad it's good territory. It's predictive programming. There's also that small healthy dose of open-mindedness and skepticism. For fun, every day. I absolutely love this rabbit hole with a bowl of salt. It's funny because the guy said the alien likes to give him a bowl of salt. The normies over at UFOs and aliens don't know what they're missing out on. ThroAwaylien is either telling the truth or Stephen King is bored as fuck these days. Pish, I jump into this place like a fat kid dry cannonballing into a freezing pool. Aliens and UFOs though. Where the tinfoil hat at? What if something actually happens on the 18th? Be honest, don't think. What will be your first thought? I'd probably jump straight into the mindset of a golden retriever trying to get someone's attention from the sidewalk outside their house. Meaning I'd climb up on the roof with a laser and think harder than I've ever thunk in me life. Hey, these are my thoughts. Can you hear them? Hey, reply, please. I know you can hear me. Hey, is this a telepathy thing? Hey, hi, there, hello, hey, on repeat. Honestly, it's be a combination of fucking laughing because, of course, this would happen in my lifetime. Super out of my control. Best to just wait and see. Can't be worse than that darn heat wave we just had, right? Right? LMAO, what if they tell us they don't actually like bluegrass? Imagine if a large vessel or vessels come into orbit, then they just silently hang in the sky. No transmissions, no movement, just watching and waiting. They're visible day and night with the naked eye just like the moon, and that's it. What would unfold? Gina! Hey Gina, can you pass the fucking salt? Me, probably. I would just stare at them all day. No one can make me work during something like that. Probably do some shoplifting while everyone isn't paying attention. Straight to the liquor store. Something will. We're gonna get down 'cause it's my birthday! He knew it! The crazy son of a bitch, he knew it! Then out of the blue, on May 24th of this year, ThroAwaylien posts again on the UFO subreddit and also the alien subreddit in like the super long post about kind of like an update about how things have changed and like, I don't know, either this guy's like super committed to like role-playing this whole thing or maybe he actually did experience something. I don't really know, but like it just seemed like he just wanted to like kind of make a few things clear before the 18th. He said things have changed dramatically for him, his relationship with the aliens Jack and Gina, and also his friends that he met on the big ship.
I wouldn't say I was friendly with Jack and Gina ever, but it was definitely different. It seemed like they wanted me to ask questions and like they wanted to answer. And I really believe that Gina and I were sort of becoming friends, which I know sounds very stupid. But that ended and changed in 2016 when Jack and Gina left to go back to their home and they took Diane with them. I don't know why they went back, but it wasn't like all the friends of friends went back. Jack never came back. And Gina came back in 2018, but she was so different when she came back to the point that I wondered if the same Gina or if this was like a different Gina. So I even think of her now as Gina 2. They all sort of look the same, but with little differences that you can tell, and Gina 2 has the same scar that Gina did. Although now, I don't know if that is a scar or it's just something about the way their skin is. Now Gina 2 is very down to business with me and doesn't really seem like she cares at all about me, and I don't know if she ever really did anyway.
He said he was abducted by government agencies.
I wasn't afraid of the government at the time, but I should have been. I don't know if the government was monitoring or if that's how they found me, but I was abducted by the United States government in broad daylight in 2015. They never identified themselves, but it was pretty clearly FBI or CIA or something like that, and I was in the United States when it happened, so I know it was US government and not some other government. Whoever they are, but I think I know, they know who I am and where I am. They kept me for 3 days and tortured me, far worse than the aliens ever have. They abducted me again in 2018 at an airport on my way back to the country, and they tortured me for 7 days.
He changed his statement about how the aliens never hurt humans.
First, I'm really sorry that I said they don't hurt people, because sometimes they do. I asked Jack and Gina about what they do to people, not just why they're studying me, but what they do to other people too. Jack and Gina told me there are 3 kinds of human subjects that they would study. The last group is people who they use for physical testing, and that usually kills them. Gina said that they don't hurt people just to hurt people, that they aren't mean, but that these people can't survive the testing. I'm not sure what it is they do to them that kills them. I'm really sorry that I gave the impression that they don't do this when they actually do. I didn't know about it at the time, and I swear I wouldn't have came on here and commented that they don't hurt people at all when they do. I still don't think people have anything to worry about because they don't eat people. They aren't trying to harvest our organs. They're not trying to steal our water or anything like that. But they do some bad things sometimes, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I'm sorry that I made people think that they don't when they do.
ThroAwaylien warns us about how government officials know about these aliens and how he's seen them up in the big ship and even having like meetings with these aliens.
And I hate to break it to everyone, but they already made contact. They are here and they have been here, and they are now in contact with humans. I've seen many, many, many more of us up there on my last several trips, and they weren't like me, not like Coach, not Sam. These aren't abductees or whatever it is that we are. But the people up there now are different. But now, there are people up there that look like businessmen and military men. They're sitting up there on their own without being guarded, and they're having meetings, and they're watching something on screens and talking back like probably with people back on Earth. They're wearing like army uniforms and military jackets. I've heard these people up there speaking in English and in languages that I don't understand, but I mean, I know that some of them were Chinese and some were Japanese or Korean, and there were some that were French because I do recognize French. I've seen people who look like Arab or African and everything you can imagine. They are in contact with us. I know that the US government is in contact with them because I've seen American military up there. And also because when the US government can kidnap me, they ask me questions that they couldn't have just made up. They had information about the ships and about what they've done to me and on those ships and about me, and the only way they could have gotten all that information was if they're also talking to their friends of friends or whatever you want to call them. And that was years ago. So I know that the government at least knew about them years ago.
ThroAwaylien then says that he claims to see some like world map up there with 3 different spots on it, where he thinks that whatever's going to happen on July 18th is going to happen there.
I've seen maps up there, and it looks like on the 18th something will happen, at least in Western Africa, something in maybe China or around China, and in Wyoming or Colorado or Utah. It's hard for me to know where stuff is looking at maps without the state and country borders on them, but none of the maps up there have any of those lines, so I'm making educated guesses on those 3 spots.
ThroAwaylien then ends his post basically like a rant about how he just is kind of fed up and just wants all of this to be over with.
This took me a lot longer than I thought it would, and it's too late to answer questions, but I don't know if I would want to. I can't tell you exactly what will happen on the 18th. I don't care anyway. Whatever it is, I just don't care, even if it's destructive, or even if people coming to replace the friends of friends are terrible and they colonize. I don't have the ability to care anymore because I'm just tired, and I've had to accept my destiny.
So, what's going to happen on the 18th? It's the 8th while I'm recording this, so nothing happened today. So, and if you ask me, I don't think anything's going to happen. Even though I want to believe something crazy is going to happen one day soon. But I mean, if some Tic Tac flying saucer thing land on the White House lawn on the 18th of July, I'll be happy to be wrong. A part of me does think that like some kind of weird little soft disclosure things happening lately with, you know, like a UAP report and all these videos coming out. I personally just think it'd be really cool if like our world just got vastly bigger, because we're introduced to some different civilization that, I mean, hopefully we can get along with and not like try to nuke them and take their shit like we've done countless times before as a species. The whole extraterrestrial thing is just so wild to me, you know, and like, a part of me is like not really afraid of it, because I think to myself, like, if they wanted to just come and like take over the world and destroy our planet, whatever the case may be, and if they're here, why wouldn't they just do it? They're here, they can do it, they can just be, oh, well, fuck it, let's do it. And if they're gonna enslave us, like, what difference is it gonna make? Ooh, I work for somebody else now? Well, I just quit my job this week, so I'm kind of looking for a new job. And best case scenario, they come down and teach us how to be more conscientious about ourselves and our world, and just kind of teach us how to be better as a species. Good or bad, true or false, whatever happens on the 18th of July, I'm not gonna be disappointed. I'm not gonna keep my hopes up, but I mean, could you imagine if this was real and this guy called this out 8 years ago on Reddit? Let me know what you think in the comments. Tell me I'm batshit for even believing in this kind of thing. Or tell me your theory about what could happen in the near future. Or about the Galactic Federation. Or any of that crazy shit. Well, until next time, I hope you guys have a good one. And do me a favor.
Don't go freaking out now.